Nishmat Diana Bat Farida, my mother-in-law, Diana Tawil A Shalom. Shlomo HaMelech, in his masterpiece work Mishlei, authors a magnificent chapter honoring the Jewish woman. Eshet Hayil beautifully describes the virtues of our women. Isha Yirat Hashem Hitit Halal. A woman with the fear of God is praiseworthy. That was the true essence of my mother-in-law. Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, the Ramchal, in his famous work Mesilat Yesharim, stressed the distinction between lower Yirat Shamayim, the fear of punishment, and higher Yirat Shamayim, which is to have a feeling of awe and reverence for Hashem. That is what my mother-in-law knew. She was clear on this point. It's quite uncommon to speak at an Arayat about a person that most of you who have come here tonight didn't have the honor of knowing. It is a tribute to my wife and her brother that you have come, and I thank you all for being here. In 1942, Diana Tawil was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The second child born into a noble family. Her parents, Abraham and Elvira Faham, of blessed memory, provided her a child at home full of Kedusha, Yirat Shamayim, and Avodat Hashem. Her father, Abraham Faham, who prayed in this very synagogue, enjoyed a wonderful reputation and an illustrious Shem Tov. He influenced her greatly. In 1963, at 20 years of age, Diana married my father-in-law, Isaac Tawil. May Hashem bless him with long life. They went on a long honeymoon, returned home, and embarked on their lifelong journey together, building their family in Argentina. Her parents emigrated here to Brooklyn soon after her marriage, but she remained behind, supporting her husband and creating their beautiful legacy together for the next 56 years. They had 6 children, 33 grandchildren, and over 30 great-grandchildren. This was her success, a legacy of almost 70 descendants, all following in her footsteps as committed Jews who understand what is right, living their lives with the correct values. During the Shiv'ah, I witnessed this family in action. Every grandchild participated selflessly. The granddaughters bringing food, the grandsons preparing the house and making sure everything was in order. Diana Tawil passed away on Shabbat Hayeh Sarah. The parasha comes to announce the passing of Sarah Imenu. So, why is the Seder called Hayeh Sarah? It should be named Meitat Sarah. It is because Sarah Imenu lives. She lives in all of our exceptional Jewish women. The legacy of Sarah Imenu are her midot tovot, how to be a good wife and mother, and the example of how a woman protects her family. The name of the parasha has significance, and that Diana Tawil passed away on that particular Shabbat is equally important. Diana lives through you, Lizette. Through your daughters, your sisters, their children, and all their grandchildren. You all now have the responsibility to perpetuate her legacy. When the Jewish people were standing on Har Sinai at Matan Torah, Hashem tells them, Penu lachem tzafona. Translated literally, it means turn towards the north. Our rabbis give a different explanation, which brings out the beautiful meaning of this command. Hazal teach us that tzafon here is really tzafun, which means hidden or private. Interestingly, tzafun and tzafon in Hebrew are spelled identically. It's just a vowel that changes the pronunciation of the word, which in turn changes its meaning. Hashem is telling Bnei Israel, you are now the chosen people. Mamlechet Kohanim v'goy kadosh. Don't flaunt your lofty status. Be careful not to show off in front of the other nations of the world. It will cause animosity in others, and in turn make your life more challenging. My mother-in-law lived that lesson. It was a life lesson. She had a good life, a life which included many blessings. Yet, she steadfastly guarded herself. She was careful not to flaunt her material blessings and taught her children to do the same. She liked and disliked many things, and she wasn't shy in showing it. She liked Arabic music. She loved French fries. She hated the cold and didn't like it when ice was put in her drink. She was a coffee connoisseur and liked it only a certain way, which until this day, I can't pinpoint exactly what that way was. Those here who knew her understand what I'm talking about. She loved Miami and made it her business to take a trip there almost every year, be it for Pesach or just because. She enjoyed singing Motzei Shabbat songs with my father-in-law after Havdalah. She didn't like fish, swimming in pools, or going on boats. But she did love technology. She was always the proud owner of the latest iPhone. She understood the importance of it and utilized it properly. Over the past few years, we took advantage of the advancements in technology. My wife, my children, and I spoke to her almost daily via FaceTime or WhatsApp video call. What a zechut we had to be able to see her so often, even though she lived so many miles away from us. We received a phone call at 5:30 a.m. on November 20th, a month ago, with news that she wasn't well. The doctor said that she had only a few hours to live. רבות מחשבות בלב איש, ועצת השם היא תקום. Hashem hefir atzat goyim. My wife and her brother boarded the first flight to Argentina, not knowing if she would still be alive when they arrived. After 11 hours of torture, they landed, rushed to the hospital, finding her still alive. She waited for them. She wanted to see all her children together, surrounding her for one last time. The family mobilized. They created a WhatsApp group to read Tehillim for her. And they didn't stop reading for 3 full days, 24 hours a day around the clock. They finished the book of Tehillim over 50 times. She gave her family the last lesson she would teach in this world. A lesson loud and clear. Stay together and be unified. I would like to share a private moment with all of you. Over the last 3 months, when I understood that she wasn't well, I would call her on my way home from work and talk with her about many things, some very private. I was the only one who knew what was going on. I was the only one who figured it out. And that bond between us was special. She asked me not to tell anybody, and I promised to be her soldier. So for the last 3 months, it was our little secret. I enjoyed those calls very much, and I appreciated her more than I had over the past 20 years. Because now I understood her. The last conversation I had with my mother-in-law was on the night before she turned for the worst. That morning, Lizette went to the city to buy some things her mother asked her to get for her. I knew it would make her happy, so I called to tell her that Lizette bought her everything she wanted and would send it to Argentina in the next couple of days. Her voice sounded weak, so I asked her how she was. She told me she was tired and really didn't feel well. Then she said, we got through this, "I really love your wife." I responded, "I love her too." She replied, "She's so good to me. She always does anything I ask of her." Lizette, I wish that those last words serve as nechama to you. You fulfilled the mitzvah of kibud avayim properly. Life is very fragile. 6 months ago, Diana Tawil was in Orlando for Pesach. When the holiday ended, she flew to Miami to spend a few days with my family. We never thought that would be the last time we were together with her. We must make the best of every day and not take life for granted. Lizette, may these words be of comfort to you. I pray that fond memories of your mother bring back your beautiful smile. תהיה נשמתה צרורה בצרור החיים.